welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Rosie, and thank you so much for taking a moment out of your busy day to spend a few moments with me. So in today's video, I am going to be modifying a pumpkin blank that I found at the dollar store. Take off my post-it here. So I found this at the Dollar Tree, and I've had this actually for a while now, and I decided that, you know what, let's go ahead. Today's the day. Let's go ahead and modify it. Okay, so for today's project, I am going to be using this collection that I found in my stash. It is by Authentique, and the name of the collection is Splendor. So I've started to use this on a couple of other projects, but for some reason, when I saw my pumpkin, I just knew instantly that I needed to use this collection on it. So let me just go ahead and put that off to the side. I originally purchased it from Tuesday morning, and what I will say is, since this is the first time that I'm using this collection, it's the first time that I actually opened it up and took a look at all the contents. So at Tuesday morning, you know how you typically can get your collections between $5 and $6.99. This one here was $9.99, so more expensive than normal, but the amount of items that you got in this collection was amazing. I just am in love with all the different pieces. All right, let's go ahead and put that off to the side and let's get ready. So I put down my wax paper down on my desktop, and let's go ahead and just remove the string. Okay, there's one. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one as well. Let's see here, it's getting stuck. There we go. Okay, so let's get rid of that. And then all I did was I took a piece of my paper from my collection, and I just traced the image all the way around. So I picked this really pretty plaid, and this is what I'm going to use to put it down. Now, let me just, because I see some pencil marks, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that any pencil marks that are on here are erased, because we don't want that showing on our project. Okay, and let's see, I'm just going to go around and make sure that everything is taken off. Let's see, I've got a little bit here. And let's see here. Okay. Oh, all right. Little piece there. Do I see any others? Right here is a little bit. Okay, I think that is it. Oh, one right here. Okay. So now that we have our image, I'm going to bring back in our wood piece, and I'm just going to start placing down my glue. Now I am using, let's see, I'm using Podge. It's the regular kind. It hasn't been opened yet, and I've had this for quite a number of years, so I really hope that it's still good, which I'm sure that it is. All right, let's get that top off. I'm just going to shake it really well. Okay, and let me just see if this has a piece there. No. All right, so now I'm just going to place some of my glue all around. Okay, and I'm just bringing in a foam brush just to make sure that it's well and spread out. If you don't do that, then what happens is you end up having all these kind of like clumps, if you know what I mean, on your paper, and you definitely don't want to see any marks. So you just want to kind of smooth that all out. Make sure you've got all of the edges. Okay, and I'm going to place a little bit more on the stem. Okay, going to go around one more time. All around. There we go. Just going to do the edges here. And I typically like to just kind of pounce because it gives you a really good I really like to do the pouncing on the edges. It just kind of ensures that I am getting all of the edges on there. Okay. Okay, let's bring back in our piece. Let's start with the stem. Okay, that looks good. I'm just making sure that that's on there really well, paying special attention to all of the edges. And we're going to place more Mod Podge on top of it. But before we do, I just want to make sure again that all my edges are down there really, really well. It's, you know, it's just those extra little attention to detail. Okay, now that we've done that, now let's go ahead, let's pick it up here. Now let's go ahead and just add more Mod Podge. And we're going to cover all of the front. Okay, let's go ahead and just add more Mod Podge all over. Okay, and then just using our foam brush. Again, I'm just kind of pouncing just to kind of make sure that I'm going to get all of the edges. You know, everybody has their own way of doing it. Some people must be like, what on earth? But to be honest, I have found that, oh, let's get this back on here, that this is like the best way of getting all of those edges really, really down. Okay. Okay. And now I just want to make sure as well that my brush strokes are all going the same way. Now this is going to dry clear, but you definitely just want to make sure that all of your lines are kind of uniformed, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we're just going to let it dry and let it do its thing, and we'll come back as soon as it's dried. Okay, so my pumpkin has dried, and I think it came out absolutely beautiful. You can see that light shimmer across it from the Mod Podge. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and attach a new hanger on it. And all I did was I cut myself a piece of baker's twine, and then I'm bringing in again this bag of beads that I have that I originally had purchased from Michael's. I will leave a link to it in my video description in case you want to pick it up. So that's what I used. And then I just alternated the size. I just went large, tiny, medium, tiny, large, and followed that throughout. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and attach the string and our hanging piece to it. I was going to use my staple gun to attach my hanging piece to the pumpkin, but when I was looking at it, I realized that it's rather thin, so rather than possibly having it come up through the front of my project, I decided to just hot glue it in place, so that's what I'm going to do. Let me go ahead and just trim some of this. Okay, and my glue gun is already ready and hot for me to use. So let me go ahead and I am going to get my little finger protector here. Alright, and let's go ahead and just get this on. Want to make sure that my knot is right on the edge. Okay. Okay, that's on. Love my little protector. I've got burned so many times, guys, it's ridiculous. I actually went to the hospital once because of it. Alright, let's go ahead and put down a nice generous amount. Okay. Press that down. Alright, and now we'll just let it harden on us, which won't take any time at all. Okay, I'm trying to get all my glue strings off of my finger protector. Alright, so let's go ahead and just let that dry, and then we'll go on to the next part. Alright guys, so now it's time to add my little message on my pumpkin. Now I could have left it just like this, and I think that it would have looked really, really pretty just like this, but I was thinking that I wanted to add a little saying that says hello fall, so I think that I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm just double checking that my spacing looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and just burnish it. I've already burnished it before, but it's, you know, it's force of habit. I always have to burnish right before I am ready to place it on. I've just placed a piece of white cardstock so that you can see it a little bit better. Okay, just because of my dark mat. All right, so let's go ahead and remove the backing. Just gonna go easy here just to make sure that all of my letters are transferring. Okay, and I think, oops, I think we are looking good. And I'm gonna reuse this transfer tape on another couple of projects that I have coming up. All right, so let me go ahead and just stand over it to make sure that I am going to be totally straight. Let's see here, I think right about here. And I'm going to try to line it up to the lines on the plaid background. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so as usual, I'm just going to lay down the middle first and then work my way out. Okay. Let's make sure. Okay, and then let's just try to peel this off. I can see my corner needs a little bit more love. So, sorry about the shaking of the camera. Now, especially the word hello on this image, I want to be very careful with because it is rather delicate, the lines, and I'm just gonna peel it up very carefully. Okay, so I have finished placing my image down, and I just need to correct because I'm not sure if you can see how it kind of bubbled up just a little bit. And I'm just taking my picky tool and just very carefully, I'm just lifting it up so that I can place it right back down again. So, let's see. Very carefully, I don't want to rip it. All right, and then I'm just going to press it right back down again with my fingers. There we go. Okay, so that came out better. Now I did rip, so I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it did rip a little bit right there. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. This happens to be, you know, sometimes when the letters are too small or the lines are too small, you do run the risk of doing that. But what I thought I would do is just grab these 3 flowers and just placing it right on top. So something like this, just to kind of hide that rip, but yet it gives it another pretty touch, don't you think? All right, so I've already preheated my glue gun. Let me grab my tweezers and let's go ahead and place the first one down. Okay. See, I'm going to go ahead and just add a smidge. Okay, just add a little bit there. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one, the other beige one. There we go, just a smidge. And I'm just going to turn this so it's easier for me to see. Let's see, maybe this way. Okay. And now let's go ahead and place the darker brown. Just going to place it down, just make sure it's where I want it. Okay. Place just a smidgeroo, a smidge, and let's see, right on top. Okay. So there, doesn't that look pretty? And the flowers just adds to the decorative pumpkin as it is, but nobody will ever know that we had a little mishap. And there you have it. You know, it really does pay to go super slow. And I was going super slow, but the lines were a little small rather, and it got the best of me. Hey, it happens to all of us, right? All right, guys. Well, I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much, guys. It really does mean the world to me. Your support goes an awful long way in helping my little channel out. All right, guys. Until the next time, stay safe, be kind, and keep it creative.